Hi, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Pocket by Piggyvest space. Today, we are going to be having a chat with the Piggyvest founders, and basically, we're just trying to address some questions that a lot of people have, and basically just explain what Pocket is. So you're hearing it directly from the founders. We have Odun, we have Josh, and we have Somto. I'll be adding them up shortly. Odin is up here now. Josh is here, and I'm adding some to invite. Okay, so this is just going to last for an hour. So we're just trying to make sure that all the questions, we will try to answer all your questions within an hour. Yes. So we put out a form yesterday asking people to send in their questions. So we have a couple of questions which we'll be addressing first, and then we will then throw it open to the audience to ask any more questions. So if you have any questions, please just hold on until we throw it open. You can then request, but for now, we'll just answer the questions that we have already received, right? So, I don't know if Odun, Josh, and Soto need an introduction, but for the sake of people that are just getting to meet them for the first time or hear from them for the first time, Odun is the co-founder and COO of Piggy Tech. Josh is the co-founder and CMO, that's the Chief Marketing Officer at Piggy Tech, and Somto, who is not as popular or who doesn't speak as much on social media, is the CEO and co-founder of Piggy Tech. So yes, we'll just get right into it and ask the questions. So first off, right, what is Pocket App? A lot of people have been asking and itching to know, or just need a clearer understanding of what this app is. What exactly does it do? So I'll just have Josh answer that and tell us what exactly Pocket App is.
Okay, hi everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Josh.
All right. So Pocket App is pretty much a social commerce and payments app. Think about it like a mobile money app with a marketplace. So the mobile money part, an app that lets you send and receive money fast, pay bills, utilities, manage money as a group, whether it's for you and your partner or whether you're trying to do an agile contribution, and then the marketplace side of things that allows anyone sell anything, products, services in an extremely secure environment. So it's pretty much a mobile money app with marketplace embedded in it.
Okay, thank you. All right, I thought Odin wanted to add something. I really hope that is explanatory enough for anyone that wants to know what Pocket App is. But as we go, I'm sure we'll have more clarity. Um, our next question here is the correlation or the connection between Piggyvest and Pocket. Like, how exactly do these two apps connect? So, I would like Somto to answer that.
Yep. Hi, everyone.
Hi, Somto.
Yes. So I think first, right, why pockets and Piggyvest. So first of all, I think what we noticed was that a lot of our Piggyvest customers are actually micro entrepreneurs, right? People who sell, small items and even big items, either on Instagram or Twitter, or even have small shops, or even just have normal side hustle. They offer services. And I think it became very clear to us during the pandemic year, um, this particular data point, when we noticed how they were using funds. And I think we started doing some research and we discovered this. So what we started doing was, how can we actually further add value, right, to this set of customers? Saving and investment is not going to, let's say, cut it completely for them, right? Can we help them, make more sales, get more customers, get paid faster, and on the customer side, right? Can we provide a secure platform for anyone to pay any vendor? right, without fear of getting scammed, getting defrauded of their hard-earned savings. So I think we just said, okay, can we build like a better, let's say, flex wallet, right? A separate app, right, that does everything, payment, sending and receiving of money, and that has a marketplace embedded into it for our customers. And obviously, the first version of this was their big site, was their big app. So for sellers, right, Pocket gives or provides more visibility. So it just basically creates a level playing field for everyone, right? You don't have to have 100K followers, or start your business with 10 million naira, right, to open a shop and actually start receiving payments. No one has to know if you have a shop physically. No one has to know if you're popular. You just you once you have something to sell, you open a simple shop, add your products, and no one is afraid of paying you, because even if you don't have the product, you go and find it and bring it when someone actually buys. For buyers or customers, it's basically a secure way to pay anyone. You can pay. Let's say, for example, you live in Lagos, you can buy shoe, for example, from anyone in Kaduna, and you're not afraid of getting defrauded. It's practically impossible. The person will have to bring the shoe down to Lagos. You have to see it before you actually release payment. And for the seller, they have this confidence that I can actually send down this shoe, right, all the way from Kaduna to Lagos, because I am sure the customer has paid. And that's pretty much what we're trying to do. Um, and also, I think one of the major things we've done with Pocket is trust, right? Piggyvest is very big on trust. What we tried to do was, okay, how can we um, add trust to other people's businesses, right? If no one is afraid of paying you, we believe that you would get more payments. And also for customers, if you're not afraid of paying anyone, you would actually um, you actually automatically have a wider variety of or let's say a wider um, what's the word now, um, a wider you basically have more varieties, right? If you're looking for a shoe, you can see so many different shoes, and you're not afraid of you're not scared if person A is real or person B is real. They're both shoes. I can pay for any of the shoes, and you're sure you're going to get it, or you get your money back.
Okay, thank you, Somto, for the examples as well. So, to the very big question that a lot of people have been asking, is why the pivot from what Abeg was last year, why the name change, why? Okay, so Odun will just answer that for us. So yeah, why the pivot, why the name change?
Hi everyone. So why the pivot? So I really wouldn't call it a pivot. I think that I'd refer to it, and I think like to all our minds, would refer to it as more of an expansion of the services that we were offering. Last year, when we launched the app, we started with P2P and then P to merchants, and then we layered on the giveaways. But always we knew that we were headed towards building a wallet that had a marketplace layered on it. Now, when we went to Big Brother, the intention was to solve one half of our chicken and egg problem. When you build a P2P app, you have two problems, right? Especially when you're trying to incorporate merchants. You have the problem of attracting users, and you have the problem of attracting the businesses. You have to solve one before the other. Big Brother affords us a massive platform to build up the user base and the merchant side, but it's so commercial that the C part of the B2C is really solved. And so after Big Brother, though, as we started to kind of evolve, the product roadmap, we realized something super important, that the combination of the strategy that we'd gone into Big Brother with and the name of the app now presented us with a limitation for where we were headed, right? How do we make sure that everyone, users and merchants, feel like this app is fit for their needs? It wasn't quite landing. And so we decided that it might be needed that we do a whole brand refresh and build the end to end of what this product should look like from a user and merchant perspective, and then represent it to the market. That's what we're doing. And that's why I call it an expansion. So that's why we changed the name. And that's why, it seems new, but it's really always been kind of this our timeline of events where we were always headed. The idea, like sometimes Josh have already emphasized, is to make sure that whatever app that we're building is helping level the playing field for Piggyvest users and people like them. How do we make sure that you who's saving on Piggyvest, but who's also selling on the side, can have more reach and more visibility, with the end goal being that you obviously save more before you earn more. That's why the expansion in quotes, that's why the name change, that's why what you're seeing is slightly different than what you were seeing before.
Okay, thank you very much, Odun. I'll just like refresh the room for people that are just joining in. This is the Pocket by Piggyvest space. We are addressing questions and really just giving clarity on what Pocket is, what the Pocket app is. We've taken some questions. We did put out a form yesterday asking people to send questions ahead. So we are taking some of those questions now. And in a bit, we'll take questions from people here as well. So please just hold on. I will let you know when to send your requests. There's one question here. I don't know. I think Somto tried to touch on it earlier. Is why can't both Piggyvest and Pocket be on the same app? Anyone can answer, please.
Okay, I'll take that one. Okay, so they can't be on the same app. Okay, I'll take it and then
No,
something
no,
will kind
no,
of add to
no.
it.
Yes.
So in 2016 when we started building a savings app, purely savings. We were inspired by that tweet that we'd seen, where there was a lady who had saved 1,000 naira every day in an actual wooden box. She broke it. It went viral. Josh saw it. I'm sure I've told this story so many times that like you guys are sick of it. Essentially, it was how do we improve upon the savings experience that people were like having at the time. And then we did that for like 2.5 years. Then in 2019, we changed from piggy bank to Piggyvest, layering on micro investments, right? That's Investify, being able to invest with as like little as possible. But now we've done, this same thing for savings and investment. And we've now turned our attention to how do we help these people who are saving and investing on our app earn more, right? Piggyvest, the app itself, is a savings and investment ecosystem. It'll always be. Everything that will come to that app will always be geared at helping you protect and grow your money, right? From our email, you must have also seen that we said we're hard at work making sure that more features are coming to Piggyvest. Diversified asset classes are coming to Piggyvest. But that will always remain a platform where we are protecting your money. But we also realize that spending is an important part of financial services, right? It's very key. And it's not just spending, it's earning. So, what platform can we also create for you where you can earn and spend in a controlled way, in a responsible way? But we can merge the two, even if we do feel like we can provide a democratized experience, like across board. That's why they're different. Pocket allows you to, spend, earn, pay bills, do group saving groups, be able to kind of like buy from your favorite merchants, get trust for your business. But the end goal will be that when you're done with that Pocket ecosystem, when you're done earning and spending, you are now moving that money from there to Piggyvest to earn interest, to invest. So they're not the same app, but they're integrated and connected in the ways that matter. You can save directly from Pocket to Piggyvest, and then you can, when you're ready, done with savings on withdrawal day, you can then withdraw from Piggyvest to Pocket to like patronize your favorite merchants.
Okay, thank you, Odun, for that breakdown. Again, just to make sure that we're all on the same page, please, this space is specifically for Pocket by Piggyvest questions. Okay, please, if you have any questions or inquiries or complaints, our support team is super efficient. Send a DM, send an email. We'll attend to you. We'll address your complaints or your concerns. So if you do have any questions relating specifically to Pocket by Piggyvest, we're happy to take them, and we'll take them in a bit. Um, Also, if you don't want to come up stage to ask your questions, you can ask with the hashtag Pocket App Space. I will just read out your questions and we'll answer them here. So just tweet your questions with the hashtag, and we'll do our best to answer as many as we can. Um, yeah. Okay, so I think we have like two more questions from um the poll of what we got from other people that send in their questions. And I see Josh wants to add to what Odun just said. So Josh, please go ahead.
Okay. So at some point, while we're building, I think it was around 2020. One of the interesting questions we were getting was a lot of users wanted debit cards for their Flex wallets. A lot of our users also wanted to be able to buy airtime from their Flex wallet. And it was practically impossible for us to allow you spend directly from your savings. So I think that's also one of the reasons why it was important we separated both apps to ensure that Piggyvest is strictly for savings and investing, and then Pocket is strictly how you earn more income and how you spend money or how you pay for stuff.
Okay, thank you, Josh. And speaking of cards, I see someone asked about cards. So are you or are we looking to introduce cards to the Pocket app? Also international payments. Are there any plans for that?
I think I'll let Somto take the cards question.
All right.
Okay. Yes. So for cards, yes, we actually have an interesting way we want to implement this. On the case where, yes, you probably not have a card from Pockets directly. You most likely have a card from your order. So, for example, you have to have, let's say, a Polaris card, right, connected to your Pocket app. It's not a Polaris account, for instance. It's actually just like a prepaid card that you can now connect to your Pocket account, actually spend from it. So when you go to your favorite merchant and you put that card in the POS, right, it actually debits your Pocket balance. So you'll be able to get that. You'll be able to get that from also. So I think as of now, we're working with different banks, to basically with them as we speak. So you'll be able to choose any card from any bank, connect it to your Pocket account, and actually spend from there as you would spend from a regular debit card. Um, yes.
Okay, thank you. And final question, another $1 million question is, how do you make money if you charge 0% commissions? How do you guys make money?
Right. So, disclaimer, it's still super early days. So we're charging zero commissions for real. But at the moment, one of the ways that we're monetizing is something that we call markets, which is where the merchants who are now on the Pocket app are, paying to boost and get visibility, more visibility to like audiences outside of their own immediate circle on the Pocket app. We're also making money from a feature called groups. But the overarching idea here is that this app is built on user feedback and on user experience. So the evolution of it, including the monetization, will be built hand in hand with how we see users behaving and using the app. So for now, we've seen merchants who are already like the early adopters of the app willingly pay to make sure that like their apps are like their what's it called, their storefronts are being bubbled up, their shops are being bubbled up when people search, even when it's people who are outside of their own immediate circle or outside of their own immediate vicinity. And that's like an encouraging one, because we imagine that as the base like user number of Pocket begins to increase. At the moment, it's 2 million people, right? As we go and continue growing, there'll be 5 million people to access. And that's a fairly large, user base to try to like sell to. Someto's already told you that we're trying to make sure that micro entrepreneurs and really small business owners get more reach and more visibility, and just we want to level the playing field for you. So not only are you able to sell to your circle at zero commission, when you want to sell to people outside of your own circle, outside of your immediate environment, you're able to pay a small token and more people see it. So that boost is currently like one major way of monetizing, and then there's the groups, and then as we evolve and grow, I'm pretty certain, like, Piggyvest's users are very vocal. Pocket app users are going to be even more vocal because this is their business. They're going to let us know, how they're using it, how they're experiencing it, give us the feedback, and then we'll be able to base, medium to long term monetization on all of that, like data that we get in from inbounds.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. I'm sure that a lot of people will leave this space happy and glad that your questions have been answered and clarified, because that's the purpose of this. I'm trying to go through the questions from the hashtag. Please, guys, a correct hashtag is Pocket App Space. Someone is asking, will Piggyvest introduce loan later on? Somebody, anybody? Please answer.
This is Somto's favorite question. The short answer is, well, no, will Piggyvest introduce loans? Will Piggy Tech introduce loans? Yes. If you got our mail, I'm really hoping you guys open our mails. You would have seen that we already intimated figuring out a way to make sure that we are going to be able to offer our users sustainable, reliable and responsible credit, right? I'll let them to expand upon it a little more, but our credit will be focused on non-consumption, and because we're going to be able to have a level of visibility into user activities from both, the savings and the spending side, we're able to provide you with healthy and cheap credit, right? So we're not going to pretend like we have it all figured out now, but there is like a part of our product roadmap that's headed there, and I'll just let some to speak on it a little more.
Yeah, so obviously, Odunayo said most of it. So when we say responsible credit, I think the two pillars here would be um, non, let's say cheap credit. Let's say cheap or just normal, because to be honest, I believe credit above 30% per annum is 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 not normal. But like, yes, and also non credit focused on non-consumption consumption. So we prefer to give loans um, to people who are actually adding value. So let's say you have a business, you need money to expand, you need money to buy more stuff. Yes, um, we're testing some of those things out as of now. On the customer side, we are most likely going to roll out a small version of buy now pay later on the Pocket app, most likely in Q4 of this year, where you just pay a small amount of money to check out, from your favorite merchant, and you pay the rest, over time. But again, this will not be for food. It will be for like maybe laptops, like things that would, can actually improve the lives of like the customers. So yes, very soon.
Okay. Someone is asking, can users sell digital products on Pocket?
Yes, and I think one of the things that surprised us initially when we launched. We started seeing a lot of merchants even selling NFTs on the app, and that was like very interesting for us. A lot of merchants sell gift cards currently on the app. So you can actually find items, gift cards currently on this app. You can find NFTs on this app. We're also obviously exploring other types of, let's say, inventory, like music, but even the music part, we're still going to work around it. Artworks, yes, yes, sure. But it's still very early stages. We're going to still go very deep into digital products before the years over.
Okay, thank you, Somto. Okay, guys, please, if you have any questions, just signify, raise your hand. I will pass the mic to you to come up and ask your questions while I still take some questions from the hashtag. So it's two ways you can request a microphone, or just tweet your question with the hashtag and we'll take them.
Hey, can I go up?
Hi, Koromane.
Yes.
Okay, yes, you can.
Okay, great. Okay, first of all, congratulations, guys, on the rebrand. I have two questions. My first question is around migration, right? So sometimes, whenever an app or a product is expanding, you sort of have to shift your existing users from one platform to another. So, can you guys talk about what kinds of challenges you faced in that migration process and how you're able to make it happen seamlessly? Or if I'm completely off the track, can you just kind of explain how the rebrand, I guess, what the back end of that rebrand looks like, right? So from that Abeg to Pocket App transition, if my question makes sense.
Yes, your question actually makes a lot of sense. So I think um, the first part is the shift, right? To be honest, what also sparked this change of name was, I'm sure you can remember the ads we did last year. The urgent 2K, and it was almost like the Beggy app
Yeah.
first. So you obviously know that you can see 25% of the users who were on a beg, um, they came in to beg, pretty much. Yes. So now there's no begging in quotes. Or let's say begging is just weird now on the app. Um, for those kind of customers, some of them will close their accounts, which is fine. Um, and for the ones who are currently there, they have to basically learn how to look at the app as the app where you can actually make money from, right? And also see a wide range of vendors. Because even till today, right, we still have people who still don't believe that you can actually find a red dress on this app. Because what they heard last year is for urgent 2K. Yeah, so it's definitely going to take a while. We have to still we almost have to do the same level of marketing we did last year, but in
Mhm.
this other direction, obviously, to correct some of those exceptions. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Just to
Um,
add to that, sorry, Koromane,
yeah.
is
Mhm.
that we have rebranded once before. And so this is largely along the same lines. There was a time when we were called piggybank.ng, and we had to make an entire shift as well from piggybank.ng to Piggyvest, move all the assets and do the same thing. So, say we have mini experience changing the name of an existing and like already in use well-known app, and so the modalities involved in this change is very similar to the one that we went through in 2019. And so it's not been without its
Yeah.
challenges. There's been bugs, there's been people finding a beg where they shouldn't, but so far so good.
Thank you. My second question is around a statement you guys made about Pocket App, which was essentially, I'm paraphrasing, but you guys said that you sell, who already buy and sell essentially on Instagram, on Twitter, right? So now you have this social commerce app that appeals to both sides, right? And not just vendors and buyers, but then just people who want to pay bills or do P2P payments, right? So my question is around what kinds, I guess, what growth tactics you're thinking about to pull even more vendors onto your platform, because I think there's a level of satisfaction with shopping on Instagram or WhatsApp or on Twitter, right? How do you think you're going to go about attracting new customers? Because you pretty much have a really strong base already of users, active users, right? But I'm kind of interested, I'm kind of curious about plans to pull in, I guess, a fresh set of buyers and sellers, and even people who are interested in paying bills, which they can do already in their bank app or even other existing fintech apps, right? So I'm just wondering about the thinking behind that.
Yes, Corbin, you actually sound like an investor. I'm happy about that. Yes. So I think the major difference or the major value of bringing to the table, right, is the trust factor, right? Um, right as of now, what we've seen obviously for the last few weeks is people actually trying out new merchants they would normally not even try out in the first place, right? So that's like one advantage of this for even vendors, right? You can have, you actually get customers to try you out just for existing, right? Just for having nice pictures, just for having no one is looking at your followers or even a review, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so as of now, so that's like the edge we have over existing platforms. So for Instagram, for example, people use like followers, comments, and different things to kind of gauge the trust to assign to a merchant, right? On Pockets, you almost don't have that. You're looking at what you want to buy, you are paying for it, and you have this assurance that if it doesn't come the way I've seen it, the merchant is not going to get paid. It's very straightforward. For customers, sorry, for sellers, right? There's no there's no back and forth with their buyers. So, for example, um, the typical behavior, or let's say, um, um, the typical flow on Pocket is you wake up to alert. There's no chatting. There's pretty much no how much is it, is it available, are you real or are you fake? People actually just go to your page and actually pay you. It's after payment that there's even that is now chatting if you're going to be around. So it's a better use of your time as a seller, right? You're spending more time fulfilling orders and clarifying to customers who have already paid, right? Than answering inquiries as you do on other channels.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, thank
All
you.
right. All right, thank you, Koromani. Thank you, Somto. For anyone that is coming up again, please one question and one question only. Thank you, thank you. Ifoma, you'll go up next, but let me just read out a question from someone here. It says, "Is there a merchant protection?" Oh, I see. Odun already answered, but for the sake of the people on the space, it says, "Is there a merchant protection using Pocket app like buyer and seller policy?" So you can just like say the same response that you give the person again.
Yeah, no, sorry, I was just trying to. So there's an escrow feature which something was actually talking about already that protects both sides of the transaction. So you can make sure that until both sides are in agreement about the status of the delivery of the order, no one is receiving payment and payment isn't moving to either side.
Thank you. All right, Ifoma, you can go on with your question.
Yes. Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So I wanted to ask, my question is coming more from a place of experience with like social commerce. Um, I and my co-founder at some point were trying to build something very similar to this idea, but we kept like getting responses that it wasn't like a great product fit for the Nigerian market, and it was just too hard with products like Instagram. I think like Koromone mentioned, because people are just comfortable using such platforms. So I want to know, because one learning that we got from that was that logistics was a major growth driver for social commerce. So I'm just curious to know if the Pocket team has any plans to infuse logistics, seeing as that's probably the hardest part of e-commerce that we're facing in this part of the world today. And I think it's very interesting that we're having this conversation because someone literally like DM'd me today saying, "Oh, have you reached out to these Pocket guys to integrate XYZ?" And I was like, not yet. So I'm just curious to know what, or if there are any plans, or like if this particular aspect is being thought of as a growth driver for the Pocket app.
Yes. So
Yeah.
let me take this one.
Yeah.
So yes. So actually initially, right? Because we've experienced something like this, an app like this before, right? So initially we just wanted to stay clear of logistics because like just focus on payment and leave you to handle your logistics. But I think we are seeing that okay, yes, merchants are fulfilling themselves, but we're seeing that it's also very expensive on their own end. So right now we're actually working with services providers, right, to integrate into Pocket. So for example, you'll still be dealing with the logistics company directly, but it's going to just be done seamlessly through the Pocket app. So for example, if you get an order, you'll be able to actually select the provider you want to use to do the delivery of that order. So it's very clear that it's not Pocket that is delivering for you, right? You're still using your favorite delivery company, but just you'll be able to be easily done through the Pocket app through that particular order. So yes, we're currently integrating, and if you have um, you know suggestions of other guys we should meet, yes, we're definitely open to that.
Okay, Ifeoma, I see you went off, but I hope that's kind of answered your question. Dumbe, I see you requested, but you also tweeted your question, so I'll just read it out. You're asking if the Pocket app is for e-commerce, why is it called Pockets? I think it's just a great time to give the inspiration behind the name. Josh, why is the name Pockets? Josh, is Josh here?
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes.
All
So
right.
someone is asking why is the name Pocket if it's for e-commerce. I think we also need to clarify that it's not e-commerce.
So I think we had some specific set of questions we wanted the name to answer, and we went through several iterations. Like we had several names we tried to come up with, and Pocket was pretty much the strongest. When you think about a business owner or a micro entrepreneur trying to open their shop, and you say, "Okay, where's your shop?" Or "Well, you are trying to open a Pocket shop." It sounded very, very right. When you think about Pocket, you think about money. The name immediately tells you everything about money. And for an app that helps you earn and spend, um, again, made sense. I think the marketing value of the name again was very strong. When I looked at the everything we're going to do with the marketing, it was very interesting. And yeah, I think that's. I don't want to reveal too much, but yeah.
And just to add, obviously, your pocket is where your money is normally, um, ideally, right? So pocket is basically your money's best friend. Your money and your pocket are always together. If it's not in your safe, in your your vault, is most likely in your pocket. Even your wallet is in your pocket. So everything is in your pocket. So your shops in your pocket, your money is in your pocket. Everything is in your pocket. Yeah.
Someday you were dropping bars. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Josh. Aisha, hi.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Okay, basically my question would be concerning the customer experience. I don't know if
Okay.
I got the speaker right, the exact speaker that said this, that said the customer might be unable to maybe chat with the merchant or the vendor, and the
Mm-hmm.
customer will have to make payment first before any kind of
Mm-hmm.
transaction will probably take place. Pardon me. But however, I would like to ask a question like on Instagram, that's why you probably have the DMs or they direct you to the WhatsApp. So you can have like, so for customers, most times you probably have like 1,001 things to say concerning the product or ask, okay, why should I get this? Maybe I want to get this. You're not sure, basically. So why is that platform not being integrated in this app? And probably, hopefully, um, I'll be able to get like an answer for that because I think that's like a major flaw. Personally, I don't know if that's integrated already, but yeah, that's my point actually.
Okay, thank you, Aisha. I'm hoping that Odun, Josh, or Somto got the question because your microphone was shaky or your network was shaky, whichever
So
one.
I just is trying
So
to.
Oh, would you want me to repeat
don't worry,
myself?
it's
Because
I
I
did
can't
hear
actually.
you. I did
Oh,
hear you,
okay.
so I would be able to like tell them the question if they didn't hear you.
Okay. So for messaging, you can actually still message your merchant or a vendor. on Pocket, right? So if your product is the kind of product obviously that requires more explanation, right? You can still allow customers to send you a DM on the Pocket app. You can also put your Instagram link, your Twitter link, or your contact right on your shop, and they can also message you anywhere. Um, so I think again, right, for a wider variety of products that we've seen on the app, people just want to read what you have, right? Open the product, read the description. So it's actually advisable to actually describe a product properly and well enough so that customers don't have to always come back to say, oh, is this good for me or not? But again, your product is complex, then obviously that makes sense. But I think we're trying to also make sure that the journey of the customer is as fast as possible. They see a product, they like it. Now they're not thinking if it's a scam or not. They just pay, right? Um, After payment, they can now say, "Oh, call me on this number," or "I want the red one," or "I want the blue one." This also is if you did not specify it in your product or service descriptions. Yes, but it's the feature is available on the app, and it can still be chatted if you want to.
Okay, Aisha, does that answer your question?
Yeah, it does actually. It does. Yeah, that's fine. But I just also, I don't know if this is a bit too much, but I just also want to say,
Mm,
Go on,
but okay.
is
go on,
that
go
a
on.
question?
I'll just because
Go
like
on,
I'm
go
like a
on.
customer experience person, so that's why.
Yeah.
I'd also with Nigeria being the market,
Mm-hmm.
Nigerians are mostly not patient enough to read through. Most of the time, probably wants like an hands-on like communication and all of that. But however, if the product, of course, if it's like a straight to the point product, why not? You probably just have like maybe one or two lines to read and that's all. But when it's becoming like cumbersome and all of that, then I'll probably just I'll just probably go to somewhere that will just talk to the person or call or chat or something. But yeah, that's fine. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much too. Um, so guys, remember if you have a question, use the hashtag Pocket App Space. I will read out your questions, or you can just request the microphone, and you'll be able to come up to ask your questions. I'm trying to pick a couple of people. Sorry, there are like a number of requests here, so I'm just trying to look through and pick. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So we have Aquabata souvenir and household items, and one last person that I added, but I can't find them. Yeah. Souvenir household items. Please ask your question.
Good evening, everyone. So I just want to
Hi.
ask that is it possible that the product department will work for that for us to be able to import from Twitter to the platform? Like it
Mm.
was a great initiative that we could import easily from Instagram to the platform. Like he makes it easy. You don't have to post on this platform, post on that platform, post on that platform. You know, when you post on this platform, you can easily import to Pocket. So I think it should be something that could be looked into that from Twitter also people can also import whatever and vendors can also import whatever products they have posted on Twitter and import it to the Pocket by Piggy platform. So that's what I just wanted to point out. Thank you.
Okay. Somto.
Oh
Hi.
yes, yes, sure. We'll look into that. Twitter is just a bit more, slightly more complicated because there's more text than, but we'll look into that definitely.
Okay, so speaking of exporting, someone is asking with the hashtag, after linking our IG business to the app, is there a way to export items in bulk to the Pocket app? Posting one after the other is a lot of work.
I'm guessing the person means import, right?
Yeah.
or export
Yeah,
from Instagram
most
into
likely,
App you're looking at.
most likely import.
Yeah, so you can actually import at least your top 100 items from your Instagram to your pocket. But
But can you bulk import at the moment?
no, and the reason is there's a way Instagram vendors like to explain their products.
Mm,
Um, they just write, let's say for example, you see a red dress and you just say dress is great as the caption. If you put dress is great on as a product name, it's not very ideal. Yes.
right.
So if you when you add your product from Instagram, you still have to like make tweaks to make it um very as clear as possible. Your caption is most likely just going to be your description now, and you actually have to write a caption, a proper caption, right, to make customers clearly understand what you're selling. If it's a red dress, you write red dress. Um, some people call their red dress "God is great," for instance, and that cannot work.
But this definitely feels like one of those situations where we commit the engineering team to looking into it
Yeah, yeah,
without knowing if it's possible yet. But if it is, then we'll make it happen.
yeah.
Okay, okay. Okay. Donut Boss. Hi, Donut Boss.
Hi.
Hi. Please go on with the question.
Okay, my question is regarding the feature that has okay, I joined 3 days ago and I realized that you can only boost your product unless you have a cash, and it's kind of different because Instagram there's a feature for sponsor ads, and it doesn't have to and I feel like we should work towards that with the Pocket app where you can just maybe connect your bank to it or something. You can be able to do sponsor boost your products with the app. That's just it, if it's possible, because it's looking like it's only when you have trust fund from customers that you can just boost your product, and it will help vendors that are really just starting off there.
Okay. I just
Yeah. Yeah.
so
So,
do.
so I think I understand what she's saying. And yes, we're currently integrating cards payment into the app. So you'll be able to connect your cards and actually pay for your marketing through your debit card. Yes, we're definitely doing that. But as of now, you can just fund your pocket wallet, and just for now, and currently boost from there. But we're adding cards very very soon.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. I think that we should be wrapping up soon. This was supposed to last for an hour, but I do hope that we've been able to answer the questions that have been bugging the minds of a lot of people, and you understand what Pocket App is a bit more better or a lot better now. Um, I'm just going through the hashtag to see what other questions that we can answer. Yeah. Somto Odun Josh, start preparing your final words, your last words for this space. Uh, trying to see. Okay, I think that we've done a fine job. Okay, yeah. So final question from like the ton of questions that we received yesterday is who owns the Pocket app? So is Pocket app completely owned by Piggyvest? And yeah, that's like the last question that we received yesterday. So anybody can please answer this question, final question.
Yeah. So we have a holding company called Piggy Tech Global Limited, whose products include well, our flagship product is called Piggyvest, and I think everyone knows that. And technically, in 2020, we completed the acquisition of Abeg, which everyone also knows. Abeg is a product that's now being called Pocket app on Pocket by Piggyvest. So yes, the holdco, Bigitech Global Limited, does own Abeg stroke Pocket app. And a few other products that we'll be rolling out and publicizing or that you might have seen. We have a bunch of work to do in the background. And so I've seen a bunch of people say, oh, we didn't talk about it or make it public. But that's because we feel very strongly that the work that we have to put into all of these products far surpasses, our compulsion to make it known in the beginnings. So now we feel like we've reached, I want to say, a launch pad for the beginning of the evolution of the Pocket app, right? We now have clarity on where this app is going. We have clarity on what we want it to be. We've acquired our mobile money license, and we feel super ready to now kind of launch into the stratosphere or whatever. Hence the rebrand and everything else. So Pocket by Piggyvest is still very early days for us, but yes, we belong to the same holding company, Piggytech.
Okay, thank you very much, Odo, for that clarification. I'm sure a lot of people were looking forward to that response. Yes, I do believe that we are gradually coming to the end of this Twitter space, and I will take one more question from the audience. Oh, Josh went off. Okay. Just looking through the. Oh, you guys, hold on. I said one more question, then everybody's requesting at the same time. Right.
It's fine. I can take like two more.
Okay. Okay. So we have Scotty Banks and Dakbo. Okay. Scotty Banks, you can go.
Hello and good evening to everybody.
Hi, good evening.
I'm Scott Banks and I'm reaching out to you all from Calabar. So, my question is actually coming from the customer's end. I am more or less trying to make this inquiry because of the current restrictions we are having in terms of purchasing items online, especially for those of us who purchase using the other e-commerce apps like AliExpress and the rest. We all know very well that we tend to have these restrictions in terms of how much we have to spend. I think it's $20 per day, you know. So I was wanting to know if this Pocket app can also help people purchase from outside, the Pocket App store or the stores that have been created in the Pocket App, and if eventually these restrictions wouldn't be, inculcated, or how do I put it, will not be part of the app, because this restriction is actually putting a lot of people at a very sad position. So that's actually my question, please. Sorry for the long question or the long talk.
Okay. Josh,
So,
stop
so,
those.
so
Okay.
just to clarify, like, is this like importing like items into Nigeria?
Oh, yes, please.
Mm. Well, as of now, at least for the next, like, let's say 9 months, we're going to be focused on local merchants. I'm helping them sell within and outside the country. Um, we hope to obviously provide tools to enable these merchants, and bring in very essential commodities, within the country and actually sell, or let's say retail, to the rest of the customers. Um, I don't know if that answers that.
Okay. I think it answers it a little bit though. Even though I know you're.
Is there something else you want to talk about?
No,
You
no,
want to
no,
explain?
not really, not really. I think it's okay. No problem about that. Thanks a lot for the time.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Scotty Banks. There's this person that's been trying. He has been asking the same question. Okay, so he's asking about the mobile money license, basically asking how it helps Pocket App, or what the correlation is. The question is really not clear, but I'm just hoping that I am able to. I'm just trying to find it. Where did it go? Yeah, so it's why the mobile money license, and how does it help vendors? That was the question.
Okay. I'll just so the mobile money license is essentially like regulatory cover. It's not a the features are what will help you as vendors and as users. The license merely allows us to run the business of moving money between individuals, and moving money between individuals and merchants. And it covers a bunch of things: wallet creation, being able to issue cards, amongst other things. So it gives us flexibility and leeway to be able to go beyond what we had last year, right? So that's why when you launch like a fintech company, and you speak to your legal, speak to your regulatory counsel, they tell you, oh, this is the regulatory like box in which your startup fits. Pocket fits in mobile money. So we worked towards getting a mobile money license, and then now we can build features that the mobile money license allows us to.
Okay, I can't find the person's name, but I do hope that it answers their question. I had King David here, but I can't find him again. He's been trying to get on. And yeah, so we'll just take the last question from Nengi Akinola. I do hope that you're able to speak. And boom, she's gone too. Okay, that is the sign for us to end the space. So yeah, Odun, Josh, and so we'll just like take the final words from you guys.
Okay, I'll start, and then maybe Josh and Soto can go. Not much to say except thank you, everyone, for first of all for coming on the space, and then thank you for somehow, one way or the other, always receiving our products so positively. We hope that we can continue to build in line with solving super essential problems for younger Nigerians. Three of us have always been super passionate about building for millennial and Gen Z, making sure that you can, save more money, spend more money, earn more money. So as we continue, we hope to, be able to do this for a while longer. But most of all, thank you for listening, for using, for boosting, and all of that. Thank you.
Thank you, Somto.
Everything Odu has said. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, thank you, everyone. Get back to work, and hopefully we keep creating stuff that you would love and that will add more value. Um, yeah.
Thank you, Josh.
Yeah, so everything Odu and Somto has said, whatever you're used to on Piggyvest as regards customer success, you can expect the same on Pocket. And finally, everyone go get the Pocket app.
That's right. All right. If you do have any other questions, right, outside the space, you can still use the hashtag. We will try to respond to as many as we can. And as always, we are always very responsive via DMs, emails, calls. So feel free to reach out to us. Send a DM to the Get Pocket app. Is the correct handle is just like right here beside Piggyvest so that you make no mistakes. So follow, send a DM if you have any questions or inquiries. Download the app, set up your shop, set up your businesses, tell your friends, everything. And we know, let's just get on the pocket train. Thank you all for coming. Have a good evening. And by the way, this space was recorded. So if you missed any part, you want to go back and listen, feel free. Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Good night, everyone. Bye.
Bye.